Hi everybody, welcome back to Matty Reacts, the channel where we take a look at things we've never seen or listened to before, and today we're taking a look at episode 2 of season 3 of Young Royals. I had a blast watching the first one. I did mention at the time that I think it was a bit of a foundation episode, sort of lay the groundwork for what was to come, and I'm hoping that we see that. I mean, we've only got 6 episodes based around Willem a lot, so yeah, I hope we see a bit more from him. From his family, sorry. And I'd also like to see a little bit more about Sarah and Felice becoming better friends again. I think that's bound to happen. And I also want to see a little bit more about this new head teacher and what she is coming in to do. Is she sinister, or is she just trying to do her best for the school? I think it's probably the second. The type of show this is, you don't really get sinister people as such. You get people who are a bit weird or not very nice, like Marcus, who spoke to the press. Yeah, other than that, yeah, let's jump straight across and take a look what we've got. Just quickly before I hit play and start this second episode, I just wanted to apologise for episode 1 of this. The method I used to capture the show source didn't work as intended, and it left the video flickery and stuttery, and it didn't look good, obviously. I did look into messing around with trying to overlay a fresh copy of the video, but the way that I had to do that meant that wouldn't have included the subtitles, so then I would have had to have manually laid over the subtitles. And as much as I would have liked to have done that, it would have been quite a big undertaking, and I just wanted to get through these episodes a bit quicker for you, rather than worrying about a little bit of a quality drop on the first one. So very sorry about that. I have changed the way I'm recording this episode, so hopefully this episode will be much easier and much better on the eyes, and will allow me to edit things a little bit better than the first episode did. But yeah, we're going to jump straight into it in 3, 2, 1, play. It's kind of a creepy breathing. Misses him. Oh, they're on the phone. Okay. God. Jumping straight into this, are we?
Fingrarna genom ditt hår. Jag skulle kysst ditt födelsemärke på ditt nyckelben. Sen smekt din kind.
It's kind of cute that they know those things about each other. Oh.
Klockan är 19, mobiltimmen är slut.
Phone hour is over.
Simon, jag måste gå. Nej. Men vi ses på måndag. Puss. Puss.
That's very harsh.
Kom in.
Tack.
You'd have thought, with Willem being a royal member of the royal family, that his phone would be subject to slightly more security than just being taken like everybody else's. Maybe it is. Maybe they put it separately to everyone else's. I don't know. Poor prince fooled by a gold digger. An imported problem. Oh. Oh. Oh my God. What is wrong with people? I just don't understand in this day and age how anyone can have views like that. You know, everyone is human.
Stäng av då.
Yeah, turn it off. You've been told, man.
Hela vår student är förstörd. I 3 år så har vi kämpat för att få njuta av den här sista tiden.
Struggled.
3 år.
They've struggled, he says.
Men nu blir det
I
ingenting.
don't think he knows what the word struggle
Nu blir
means.
det absolut ingenting. Bara för att
Wow.
några personer är lite ledsna över att man skojar på en invigning. Är det på riktigt någon här inne som har blivit mobbad? Slagen? Fått spö?
Ja, men det här är ju en uppenbart
don't
kryddad
think-
historia. Alltså snacka om någon jävla...
I don't think it's quite as straightforward as that, as saying, you know, has anyone been bullied, like beat up or hit? Because that's not what initiations and hazing are about. They're about making you feel embarrassed and making you feel really low psychologically, you know, and shamed. From my I say from my experience, I've never been hazed or initiated in this way, but in terms of my experience of hearing about these things or watching them in other programs, it's never about, you know, physically being hit. So that's kind of like a distraction argument there from Vincent. I don't necessarily agree with the way that he phrased that, but yeah.
Porrfilm. Alltså vi hade verkligen inte en porrfilm på vår invigning i alla fall. Eller hur, Wille?
Interesting that Villa and August were able to be in the same room without ripping each other's throats out, though. Because I thought that they might not be able to get along for long enough.
Vi måste alltså offra vår student för att Ville var tvungen att berätta för hela världen att han huckade.
That's not it at all.
Skärp dig, Vincent.
Thank you,
På
August.
riktigt. Det här är inget skämt. Tänk om skolan behöver stängas ner. Alla vi kommer behöva byta skola.
I mean, he's thinking of
Du går i
himself,
någon skola
but at
i
least he is
stan
kind
med
of defending
sossar
him.
och nyrika white trash. Vill du det?
Ooh.
Om inte vi vill förstöra allt
Ooh, that's not the
som vi har
argument.
byggt upp här på Hillerska så borde vi
That's not the argument to make.
starta skolan. Vi borde göra något slags gemensamt uttalande.
I mean, it's a good idea. Oh, it's is it Farima?
Din pappa bad mig komma och prata med dig. Han skulle egentligen ha kommit själv, men han vågade inte lämna drottningen.
Yes, I still think the Queen is ill.
Hon har migrän, sömnsvårigheter.
Migraine, struggle
Läkarna har tagit
sleeping.
alla tänkbara tester på henne. Så nu får vi bara vänta och se vad de säger.
But we still don't know. Okay, so maybe she doesn't know, but I think she will be.
Inte liksom säger att det är på grund av mig som allt det här har kommit ut och jag vet
And that's not really fair.
vad jag ska göra.
Du har inte varit med om någonting av det de pratar om.
Det är inget som jag inte har kunnat hantera.
Förstår väl hovets oro. Om de här historierna visar sig stämma, då ser det inte bra ut ifall vi låter dig vara kvar här.
Vadå, så ni tänker
Oh,
försöka
no.
tvinga mig att sluta?
Oh, you can't make him
Jag tycker vi
quit.
sitter lugnt i båten nu tills vi vet vad utfallet blir. Men ja, om det visar sig stämma, då måste vi ju agera. Det ser inte bra ut annars.
Okej, så planen är alltså att inte göra någonting för att det ser illa ut att inte göra någonting.
That's that kind of is what you know, celebrities in general, but especially, you know, royals and monarchs tend to do. The royal family are trying to get away with doing as little as possible, but then the moment that they do something to make things better, it just makes things a whole lot worse. And this is definitely going to be a case of that, as where they leave it and leave it and leave it, and then eventually there's a situation where they think, right, it looks bad now if he stays there, we've got to pull him out. Pulling him out will look even worse than leaving him there, because it will confirm that they were implicit in it all along. I'm not sure that these people that are paid PR specialists have any idea what they're doing half the time. There's no point gossiping.
Tänk om de stänger skolan på grund av mig. Men du har ju bara försökt göra något bra.
It's true.
Folk vågar ju prata om alla problem som finns här. Det är ju jättefint. Och om
And it
de stänger
definitely
skolan för allt
definitely
som
had
skit,
problems as a school
Alltså, det är väl bara
long
bra
before
helt.
Villa came along.
bara tillsammans med mig för att vi går i samma skola.
I mean, that's a good point.
Nej.
There's no reason why they couldn't still be together if they weren't
Yeah.
at the same school. But they would find it
Vad
hard
menar
to
du?
find time for each other.
Om jag går i skola inne i stan
I think that's what he's trying to
så
say.
kommer vi typ aldrig kunna träffas.
Yeah.
Nej. Nej.
Nej.
Igen. Så kan vi i alla fall ses efter skolan.
Med August? Nej,
Yeah.
tror inte det.
Very good point. It's kind of funny though, isn't it? I know people, and I've done it myself. People compare Heartstopper and Young Royals, not because they're hugely similar, but because they're obviously coming of age stories about LGBTQ plus people, and that's about it. But there are similarities there, so you know, it's interesting how in Heartstopper, Nick and Charlie, you know, do the rugby because that's the time they have to spend together. Even though they in that situation, it's because nobody else knows about them. In this situation, they're thinking about potentially doing rowing because that would be the time that they would get to spend with each other, even though everybody does know about them, and specifically August is there, who has caused them obviously a lot of trouble. So it's kind of like it's not well, it is a similarity, but it's more like an inverted similarity, isn't it? You know, the similarities there, but they're completely different similarities. I just find that interesting that these shows always have tropes, even if they are considered to be breaking new ground. Oh,
Skulle
here
jag
she
kunna
is.
få prata med dig på mitt kontor?
Oh, what's Felice done?
Som gör att du trivs?
Interesting question.
För det är så här att Skolinspektionen kommer att göra ett
Okay.
besök här.
Where's this
Och då har
going?
de skickat en lista på elever
Oh,
som
do they
kommer
want to
att
introduce
intervjuas.
Felice?
Och du är en av dem.
Sluta titta på mig sådär Simon. Kom igen.
They're so cute, aren't they?
Så, det blir övernattning, grillning och har någon en gitarr, ta gärna med den.
All right. Chop, chop, kom igen.
So is this the way they're going to spend some time together? I think so.
Men,
Of course we'll behave. Come on, sorry, you've got to do something, not just stay at your dad's. And that doesn't look like a lot to eat either. You got to take care of yourself. Even if I didn't agree with a lot of what you did last season.
Är det på grund av något sånt där som du inte vill tillbaka till Hillerskan?
And has he just put that on her dinner?
Gör
Exactly. She can't just sit there.
Skaffa ett jobb.
She should go back to school though.
Ja, körkort till exempel. Du kanske vill jobba med hästar?
Jag tror inte jag vill jobba med hästar. Jag är inte
So
så
not
att
one.
människor bara köper och säljer dem som
Oh, okay.
en produkt.
I was going to say I thought she really liked
Hästen har
horses.
liksom
But...
inget att säga till om även om den far illa ut.
Okay, so he's going to teach her how to drive, is he?
För iväg bilen så måste du...
Trycka ner kopplingen och bromsen för att sen växla till ettan. Och sen flytta över foten från bromsen till gasen och sakta släppa på kopplingen.
She's got it!
som man försiktigt gasar.
She knows how to drive.
Ja, men då köper jag.
Olika. Men the show must go on.
Show
Vi
must
ska
go
öva
on.
så att det blir av.
I think that's the best thing to do.
Kom in. Vi har fått in en ny körmedlem.
Oh, they're going to do it that way round, are they? Bless him. I suppose that gets them away from August at least, doesn't it?
Nej, jag gillar inte att sjunga. Inte.
He's doing it for you, Simon. And he has got a good voice, to be fair. Omar.
Måste gå, mamma kommer veta.
And they still only get a couple of stolen moments here and there together. It's kind of sad in a way, isn't it? Oh, I could just eat one of those strawberry fizzy belts. What's
Jo
Nils
då.
got to say?
August, den här invigningsgrejen.
Jävla länge sedan jag tänkte på det. Så det är konstigt.
Mm. Ja, jag kan inte snacka med Vincent om den kvällen. Han säger bara att det var ett skämt.
Okay, so what happened then? Did something happen?
Sätt ändå stopp för det. Vi höll vad vi lovade. Vi gjorde inte samma sak mot våra ätter.
Ja, jo. Det var ju bra.
Jag vet inte om jag vill ha liksom det offentligt. Det som hände oss, alla ska veta, känns...
Ja, nej,
Very interested.
Ja, bra.
Was it?
Bra. Okej, men... Ja,
Was it what's been spoken about, or was it even
Yes.
further? It feels like it's something that involved them all, though. And they don't want it to be public. And this is his anxiety coming back?
August,
Ja,
utegångsförbudet börjar klockan 7.
jag måste bara springa av mig. Eller gymma bort tankarna. Jag kommer max för 30 minuter.
Träna får du göra innan utegångsförbudet eller på schemalagd träningstid.
Jag förstår det, men jag är helt uppe i spinn. Alltså min hjärna jag kommer inte kunna sova en blund om jag inte får ur mig någon...
But that's another thing.
Yoga på
It doesn't account for mental health. You know, as much as I don't like August, if running is his way to relieve his anxiety and his, you know, negative emotions, it's only going to make it worse if they don't let him do it. And it looks like it's manifesting in physical pain as well. Oh, he's got a phone. And it works. Unknown number.
Hallå?
Come on, say something. This is why I said last episode, I don't think August is evil. I think there is a good person inside him, but I think his privilege makes that very difficult for it to come out, for his good side to come out. Oh, bad idea, August.
Hej. Jag vill bara kolla hur...
Vad?
Hur...
Sarah is.
Sara. Jag ska inte störa, jag vill bara veta om hon mår bra.
Mår bra?
Ja.
Hon bor hemma hos sin pappa som hon hatar. Hon kommer inte till skolan, hon har inga vänner kvar. Hon har inte ens sin familj kvar. Allt är ditt fel.
I mean, it is, but it isn't. She kind of did it to herself. She didn't have to move out
Vill han?
and live with her dad.
Fråga om Sara mådde bra. Vad fan tror han? Vad fan tror du att du håller på med?
Jag ville bara kolla...
Vi hade en deal. Vi skulle hålla oss borta från varandra. Du ska inte prata med honom. Eller henne.
Jag kan inte bestämma vem jag får och inte får prata med.
Du ska
för att...
inte prata. Du ska inte titta. Du ska inte ens andas i närheten av någon av oss.
Oh,
Du
spicy.
kanske tror att du har någon slags makt för att du är min reserv, men det har du inte.
Har du det då? Ha?
August, min familj äger dig.
They kind of do.
Du lyssnar på mig.
Jag lyssnar inte på dig. Jag jobbar inte för dig. Du är
But that's
inte
also
kung
true.
än.
Come on, boys. Let's not do this.
Och därför så har vi bestämt tillsammans att ni två ska gå i, ja vad ska jag kalla det, medlarsamtal.
They're gonna love this. And imagine if they'd just got on.
Nej, det kommer inte hända igen, Boris.
They wouldn't have had to have done this, so it's their own
Det är
fault.
redan bestämt.
They
Ni
couldn't
två
just stay
verkade ju så
apart.
nära förut. Och vad jag förstår så hade ni också en väldigt nära relation båda två med Erik.
Nej, inte han. Han känner inte Erik.
Att du gjorde det.
Vad sa du?
Som att du gjorde det.
So some stuff's going to come out about Eric then, which I'm not sure how I feel about, because I did like Eric as a character. He seemed like the nice royal. What's this then? We are all created to be a part of God's plan. I knew that it was going to be about that. And that's the side of religion that I really can't get on with. I mean, I'm not a religious person, I'm an atheist, but I don't mind people being religious. But not when they're hateful with it. And that is hateful. Nice song. Is this going to go viral next?
Skydda oss från de andra. Vi kan få en revolution. Om det inte finns något annat. Något annat. Något annat.
Very good voice. Who's he gonna... Oh, he's filmed... Okay, yeah. He has filmed it. Is he gonna put it online? Looks like that's a yes. Or did he just send it to friends? I don't know. It wasn't very clear. Looks like he made the right choice. But he's definitely going to get some haters. Talk to Simon. This is what I warned you about. No, because what she actually spoke to him about was don't let him talk to the press. He has not talked to the press. He's released a song on the internet. I mean, it's hardly, you know, terrible, is it, what he's done? He's written a song about how he's feeling, he's put it online. It doesn't mention anyone by name, it doesn't say anything. Sort of out of the ordinary.
Den här videon som du har lagt upp.
Ja.
Den är jättefin, men...
Men vad?
You know but what.
Jag bara sjöng. Och texten blev som den blev. Alltså folk får tolka den hur de vill.
I really like that he's sticking up for himself.
Ja, det är jättefint.
And for them.
Allt inte att du lägger ut sånt här på sociala medier. Inte för
He's
oss.
not going to like this at all, is he?
Okej.
Because that's the only good feedback he's been getting.
Jag älskar dig.
Jag måste lägga på.
Okej.
Mamma kompis.
It's the only good feedback he's been getting amongst all this hate, and now he's being told that he can't do the thing that's getting him the good feedback. It's gonna play on his mental health, and that's not good for him. And I think Villa knows that, which is why he was so... He didn't want to say what he was saying. He just obviously was essentially being forced to.
¿Qué mierda?
Är det där ett till hotbrev eller?
Nej, till Sara. Är från Hillerska.
Or were they wanting it to go back?
Jag vet att...
Orkar inte bry mig.
I don't think he is done caring. I think he's a nicer person than that. And in the same way that I think Felice will eventually come to forgive her, I think Simon is going to get there as well.
Du, mamma vill prata med dig.
Okej. Då vet jag. Och du kan säga att jag sover här i natt.
Just tonight, though.
Ja, hörde du?
Does that mean that she's going home tomorrow?
Det är klart att jag inte gör.
I think she needs to find herself. I think she's kind of lost herself in all of this. A rave at Pine Point. That would be pretty cool, to be
Det
fair.
var hela grejen med att hans framtid hänger på vad jag säger.
Kind of does. Yeah, exactly. It kind of does. But you can't put that pressure on yourself. You just got to say what you feel.
Du får ju ändå att vi springer ärenden och triorna eller typ så är middags.
And that's the problem with a lot of this behavior. Like Felice says, you don't notice it until it's pointed out to you.
I mean, the things with the guys in the porno. I Do you think that's true? Because that's fucked up.
Ja, alltså samtidigt som man kan ju
It's a mess.
Jag menar, det finns ju en tydlig hierarki. Och vissa
There is.
förväntningar och grupptryck. Alltså, det kan ju vara skitjobbigt.
And this is all she's got to do is just be honest that, you know, these issues exist,
Är det väl liksom bättre att
but the
säga
students
det när man går här
all
och
want
inte när
to
man
put it
har
right,
slutat börja klaga liksom.
or the good students do.
Alltså, till exempel så här, alltså, husmor säger ju alltid till mig att sätta på håret när jag har glömt. Men aldrig er. Jag menar bara att det är inte alltid jättelätt att vara den enda svarta tjejen med lockigt hår i vår klass.
I think she'd make really good friends with Simon, because I think they'd understand each other more than anybody else can about how it is
Du är
in this sort of
jättevacker.
society led by white privilege at this school.
Det är inte riktigt det jag menar.
So they've got a disco ball. Are the teachers not paying any attention to what they're doing?
Paus. Så att om man är gay får man sova med varandra men inte om man är straight, eller va? Vilken tjej du gjort det med.
Of course, they've got to make it a...
Men i teorin.
What about the non-binary ones?
Jag lottar ut.
No, you want to complain about it, but you don't want it to be randomized either. It's very nice of Felice. And I hope she uses this as a opportunity to get to know Simon a bit better. But this was in the trailer, wasn't it? Some nice shots of this. This getaway. Surely the teachers have got something to say about this.
Malin, det är lugnt. Det är Simons vänner.
Okej, men inga bilder på kronprinsen.
Tack.
Shit, vad sjukt. Jag sa att vi skulle campa.
I forgot that he's security follow everywhere, even to the middle of the forest. I still don't understand how they've got away with this. Right, where is the teacher?
Who has the tissues?
She's jealous.
Vänta.
Jag ska också sommarjobba. Som ni.
Ja, kul.
Eller jag ska gå en kurs. En utbildning. Hela sommaren genom hovet. Det kommer nog också bli så intensivt liksom.
Why can nobody just let him talk about things like a normal person? Like all he said is I'm working, I've got to do a course.
Jag tror nog det är bäst att ni går tillbaka till ert camp nu, va?
Tack.
Yet again, other people getting offended by everything. Ruins the nice moments that they have. Imagine not having been to the US. Yeah. Imagine.
Skulle jag gjort det? Skulle jag bett dem att dra eller vadå?
Yes, you're supposed to tell them to get lost.
På prinsskola, det är inte samma sak.
I mean, it's not, but it is his
Det är
job.
absolut samma sak. Skillnaden är att jag inte har fått välja som Roche har.
Vi måste jobba för att ha råd med saker. Ni får allt gratis. Ni får kläder, ni får resor. Du får vad du vill. Jag har ju bara behövt söka jobb sen jag var 14.
I understand where he's coming from, right? Because yes, Villa has had everything for free and he doesn't have to think about money in the same way that everybody else does. But that doesn't mean that he hasn't got, you know, his own problems to deal with. Think of how much he has to give up in terms of privacy, in terms of, you know, choosing what he's able to do in his life. As he mentioned last episode, he can't have a haircut below a certain length. He can't get a tattoo. He's not allowed to go anywhere without his bodyguards. You know, he has to do what is expected of him. And yes, he doesn't have to worry about money, but is he ever going to feel like he is his own person? Is he ever going to feel 100% himself? You know, and yes, them being out is a good start to him being able to feel like that. But, you know, while he's got to be, you know, Prince and in the future King Willem, he's never going to be just Villa, is he?
Kommuner varje år. Du kan inte prata om att välja av...
Oh, I wouldn't have done that though.
Ja, Jobb, de har koll på hur mycket pengar du har fått från August, eller?
He's got a good point. What a downer to the end of that, eh? I'd love to visit Sweden one day. We should start a travel list based on this. New York, Sweden. Where else are we going to get before the end of the series? So you can't even have a moment to himself sat by a lake without being called to do something. It's not, you know, it's in a completely different way, not very easy for him. Oh, it's about his mom. Oh.
Men allt som har hänt efter det. Är det mitt fel? Nej. Det är ingens fel, Willem. Hon är bara väldigt ledsen. Men vadå, man blir väl frisk? Eller hur länge tänkte hon sjukskriva sig? Vi vet inte än. Vi får bara hoppas.
So does this mean he's going to have to step up and do some... Oh no, it can't be public. So they're not expecting him to sort of take over the role yet then. Very interesting. I called it. I mean, I don't think it was difficult to call. They literally spoke about her taking pills in the first 5 minutes of the episode. And then she had that sort of panic attack. I think this is... The way that was described, I think his mum is having... The Queen is having some sort of mental health issue episode. I think it sounds like they're describing some sort of depression. You know, she's just very, very sad. Maybe that's in the same way that August's anxiety is manifesting in a physical illness. Maybe it's the same thing with her. Maybe all of this worry and depression and sadness is what is causing the migraines and causing the issues with her. It's sad. How do I put it? Like I say, it all kind of all ties in, doesn't it? You know, Simon saying that Villa's got it easy because he doesn't have to think about money, but the pressure that someone in these positions must have on them at all times. Yes, you get loads of things for free and you don't have to worry about money, but is it worth it? I mean, you know, what sort of pressure must they be under? And I think it's always going to get to you after a while. And it doesn't say in this, you know, at what age she became the Queen, so how long she's been doing this for. But I just imagine that, you know, if you've got a whole nation's expectations on your shoulders, it is going to affect you. You know, just look at how it's affecting Villa, and he's not even king. So yeah, that was a really interesting episode, well done episode. I thought it went where I thought it was going to go in terms of picking up a little bit more with Simon and what he was feeling. It just feels like they're never going to 100% be able to see things from each other's point of view, and I think it's both of them. I don't think it's just Villa not seeing things from Simon's point of view because he's privileged. I don't think it's Simon not being able to see things from Villa's point of view because he can't understand that part of his world. I think it's a mix of both, and I think the big theme this season is going to be whether they can overcome that sort of mismatch of ideologies that they're used to. I hope they do. I want it to be a happy ending, but this show hasn't ever been afraid of not doing the happy ending stuff. So yeah, I guess we'll see you for episode 3 very soon.